U.S. bailouts to Europe, at least not without a vote in this country. That is what two Republican lawmakers are speaking out about today. The GOP will be introducing a resolution that would demand that Congress have an up or down vote on whether to send taxpayer money to help debt-ridden countries such as Greece, Spain, and Portugal. Under the IMF's proposal, the United States would have to funnel at least $50 billion overseas, and some Republicans are saying stop that. Washington Republican Kathy McMorris Rodgers is introducing that resolution, and she joins me now. Congresswoman, welcome. Good to have you with us today.
Thank you.
You know, it raises a lot of questions. You have Timothy Geithner basically saying, absolutely, we need to support these governments. If we don't, we're going to have a domino theory racing through Europe, across the Atlantic, and hitting our shores. Why do you disagree?
Well, unfortunately, Americans are suffering from bailout fatigue. When you consider just in the last 2 years, we bailed out Wall Street, GM, Chrysler, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. And now we're being asked, the American taxpayers being asked to bail out these other countries, Greece and other European countries. And a bailout, unfortunately, doesn't go to the root problem. Greece has had some very generous welfare programs, social service programs, retirement programs, and Greece needs to be taking steps as a country, and the European Union needs to be taking steps within the European Union to get their fiscal house in order before the IMF gets involved and with American taxpayer dollars in loans and help to these countries.
I mean, we already spent billions of dollars over as part of that initial funding, part of the $1 trillion. And what we were told after that was that it was basically a Band-Aid. Angela Merkel of Germany saying, you know, this isn't going to be nearly enough. But that loan was given with the understanding that a lot of concessions would be made on a lot of those retirement and benefit packages. And that's partly why we saw all those riots. Do you want to see more of that kind of movement, more of those kind of agreements, and then would you consider signing on?
In order to join the European Union, there is a security and prosperity pact. There's fiscal requirements that countries are supposed to meet. Unfortunately, Greece hasn't met those requirements, and those are requirements as far as what their deficits can be, what their debt level can be, and Greece needs to be taking steps. I understand that it's difficult. Ireland has cut its public retirement and benefit program by 20%. It's not easy to do that, but yet when you've had some very generous programs where you have 14 months of pay for 12 months of work, you retire at 53, there's a cost attached to that, and Greece needs to be stepping up and taking some steps before the American taxpayer is involved. America, right now, we are borrowing 43 cents on every dollar that we spend as a country. So does it really make sense for America to continue to borrow from folks like China in order to bail out Greece?
Congresswoman, thank you very much. We'll see if the resolution goes through, and if there, in the future there would have to at least be a vote on whether or not these kind of taxpayer dollars would be used for these bailouts. More and more bailout. Thank you very much. Good to see you, ma'am.
Did you know that